Okay, you get live in there. Morning world, welcome to Wednesday 27th of July, and today's the day. I'm determined to get this sorted out today. So enough delays, let's get on with it. Right, next Tuesday, or is it Wednesday? I'll double check. We've got TB testing, and I've got 3 or 4 cattle out here that are missing tags. If you're missing one tag, it's a bit of a pain. But if you're missing both tags, that's an issue. So, yeah, we're going to tag some cattle. But before I get the tagging pliers out, there's a few other little things I need to sort out first. So, like, I need to put a bale in there, not just to attract the cattle to come through, make them want to come through, because at the moment they got access out into the field and are likely to run away. That's piqued their interest. Come on up. So, first job, to get them all in. Well, everything without an ear tag anyway. Come on, it's this end. Come on. They know so much going on, don't they? Right, well, while we're waiting for them to make their mind up, we'll put that gate back in there and that gate back on there and get this side sorted out. space. This is a 15-foot gate, so plenty of things I could hit on the way around. Alright, undo that ratchet strap, that can go back up through there, chain on there, and we're kind of done. Right, I could do with a block really to put that up on that end. Go and get a block. Stay. Where's the dog? Dog's at the house, right, as long as the dog can't get hurt. Okay. Right, chain that end, you'll be secure. Okay, so they're not interested in that bale. That surprises me. I thought they'd be in there and on that, like flies on a like flies on a dead thing. So I think what we'll do, we'll shut that gate, and then they can only come out here. It's easier to shut them out of a little paddock than it is out of that 20 acres. So the plan is, they'll all come in a bit, especially now I shut this gate, I expect. If I get them up in this yard and in the barn, I can get them through to that end, run them through the race, and everything that doesn't have a tag, well, I can give it one. You can come in when you're ready, there's no rush. Looking everywhere for a blinking chain, it was right into me blimmin' nose. Typical. That's got it. Right, tighten that one up. Actually, what we'll do, we'll lift these up a bit first. Oh well, they're not escaping out of there. This is one of those jobs that's easier with two, although this is only a lightweight small gate, so it shouldn't be too bad. There you go. Baler string and bits of rope are all well and good, and I know lots of people swear by it, farmer's best friend, which it is, but there is nothing quite like a proper hook chain to secure your gate. So I can go to bed at night secure in the knowledge that that's not going to come undone, or they're going to chew it or lick it or eat it. They won't eat that, and they can lick that all night. Still won't come undone. and that, and that. Now we got everything secure. I can go one tighter than that, I reckon. Can I get one more up there? That's better. That can stay in there. That can come out here. Okay, so that's just habit, that is. I like to leave the pipe like that. It doesn't get run over, doesn't get full of cack and whatever else. Although it's not going to freeze, I know it's not going to freeze. It just means that any water left in that pipe is out, just drains out. Belt and braces. There you go. Right, well, that lot seem less than very keen on the idea of coming back in here. So I think what we'll do, we'll actually shut both these gates. We'll have a bit of a muck out in this yard and a bit of a scratch out in that yard, that end. A bit of a tidy up. And then probably going to shoot over to the farm. I've got to be here this afternoon. I've got somebody driving all the way up from Cornwall to visit a friend who works at our local vets that apparently, while they're here, would like to meet me. So, and I've basically promised I'd be here this afternoon, so I might be here messing about with ear tags this afternoon rather than this morning. So it's due to rain 3-4 o'clock. We had intended, Dave and not Dave's dad, they were down this morning at 8 o'clock. The intention was to finish rendering the outside walls of the toilet, but the render needs to be skimmed and polished, and Dave is concerned about it raining before it's had time to dry off, which will result in ugly streaks and stuff like that. So basically, they've binned the day off. Sparks is coming in tomorrow to do some electrics. I don't think he's going to be putting the outside lights on because the outside is not going to be rendered, which is a bit of a nose really, but you know, it is what it is. You know, if you can't do it, you can't do it. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth trying to chance it and ending up with nasty ugly streaks all down your cement work. You know, if it's not going to be dry, don't do it. Dave's decided he's going to go home and do some of his own stuff. Maybe come back tomorrow, maybe Friday, or maybe just see if we can get Wiggy to come down and do it, because that would be Dave's preferred option anyway. So, like Dave said, he can do it, and he has done the back wall, and there's nothing wrong with the back wall at all. But Wiggy can do it faster and better. Dave's words. So I don't mind. Well, that's got a bit of nose about it. Do you know what? Before 10 or 20 people ask me, I'll tell you why. Ooh. There you are. I knew I'd find it. That's that bit of net I said I'd find a week or two back. Okay, so here we go. So regularly, when I'm doing this operation, people say to me, why do you keep pulling it backwards? Why don't you just push it forwards? Surely it's easier and faster to just push it forwards, and pulling it back is a waste of time. Well, if I had a dead flat, hard concrete surface, that would probably be true, but I don't. This isn't dead flat, and this is a stone surface. Okay, this is just packed stone out here. It's not concrete. So if I pull backwards with the bucket at that angle, excuse the dirty finger, it scrapes the muck off the top, or most of the muck off the top. All right, not all of it, because this isn't a dead level surface. It scrapes the muck off the top, leaves the stone in the floor. If I was to push forward, even if with the bucket flat, especially with a wide bucket like this, these little high spots of stone that we get around the place, these guys and stuff like that, bucket will pick that up, and I end up digging holes. So rather than trying to get every last little piece of muck off of here, because bearing in mind, as soon as they walk back in here, they're going to cover it again. So there's no point in me getting it so clean that you could eat dinner off of it. I just need to keep their feet out of the muck. That's all this is about, to keep their feet clean if we can. They're just going to crap all over it again. So that's the reason I pull backwards, so do a lot less disturbance to the actual base of the yard. I haven't got to resurface it again, you know. And that's it. That's all it is. And to be honest, I get just as much coming backwards as I would pushing forward. Just as much. And it isn't any slower. It might look slower, not any slower. So, but there you are. There's the lesson. So it's a skid steer. So skid steers by nature will dig up the yard anyway, which is another reason to leave a film of slimy, slippery stuff on top. Stops the wheels biting in too much and digging the yard up. And I pull it backwards with the bucket because it stops the bucket biting in and chewing the yard up. Okay? Just before some of you ask, because you will. Right, well, that's the worst of it out from that end as well. Not all of it. There's no point in at the moment trying to get all of it out. I've got to get in there with the Doosan. It'll be after TB testing, and properly scratch that yard about in there and get some clean stone in there and roll it and sort that yard out. We want to concrete it. It would be, I won't say a dream, it would be very, very nice to concrete these yards. And I know I've banged on about it a few times, but other things have kind of come along, mainly my missus being very poorly, kind of galvanised my attention in other directions over the winter and spring months. But yeah, the time has come now where I've got to start thinking about this winter and livestock coming back in here, and I'm not going to concrete it. I won't have time and I won't have the money, but if I can get it stoned up the same as up the other end for this winter, that will have to suffice. So we'll get there. It'll happen. Right, I want that, and I want, where is it? Not that one, not that one. Oh, did I put them in there? 6730. Oh yeah, there they are. That. So these are all the replacement tags I've got that I need to put into cows today They did come up to the gate half an hour ago, but I got called up to the house and they've now gone back down. So I think what we'll do is we're going to go and prepare the yard, get everything ready, so when they do come back up, I can kind of pounce on them and get the job done. That makes it sound really easy. It's not going to be easy. That go across there. I want to grab a couple more chains. Can't have that one. There might be some in there. We'll go and check in there. Need that one there. I need that one there. I thought I had a couple more. I don't know quite what it is about the chains on the farm, but they do tend to go walkies. Chains. Right. There was a couple of spare ones on that gate over there, so I've got that bit set up now. I've got the bottom bit of the yard set up, so basically all I've got to do really is close this now. When the cattle come up through, which I hope they will, I'm kind of hoping they're going to meander their way through and around there by themselves, as long as I catch them doing it. All I've got to do is shut them in that far yard. Once I've got them in there, I can move them about. So the plan is, maybe not all, but if I get half of them in here for the time being, and up inside there, I can shut them in there, pull this gate around, start bringing them back up through the race. Right after I've brought the second half into this half of the barn. I'm going to leave the end door open because the best way to make cattle go through a race is to give them sight of an escape route. If they can see a way out, they're far more likely to go through the race willingly through this area. And to be honest, I've only got catch, what, half a dozen of them? Out of that lot down there, half a dozen I need to get hold of. Basically put their head in the crush for 30 seconds, enough time for me to get the correct ear tag out, put it on the pliers. I don't think I have to punch any new holes, maybe on one. Basically the old tags have been pulled out. Cattle tend to get tags caught in things like the corners of gates like that, especially on gates with, that's the worst ones. So with the tension bars that come down at an angle at like 45 degrees, that's the worst ones because there's nothing really to catch the tag in this chap, or even that one, although they can. If they've got their head down, down the side of the gate and pull it up and get it caught in here or in there, they won't stop. They'll just pull, and either the tag will break or they rip a great big chunk out of their ear. So it's just one of those things where, yeah, we don't have many of these gates. This one usually spends its time over there, just locked up on the side. So we've, over a period of years, we've gradually got rid of most of these, and I go with the straight bars rather than the horizontal. So yeah. Okay. Hello, mate. What are you doing down there? You're going to find much to eat down there, are you? Okay. Okay. Now I've told you what that is before. So what moth is that little beastie from? Let's find you something to eat. Now his favourite food, if you can get hold of it, is a bit of ragwort. But you shouldn't find much of that around my farmyard because I've pulled the stuff up. So let's put you on something else. What's delicious? What's yummy that you could have a munch on? Not a lot really. It's all a bit tough and coarse. Oh, that'll do. Let's put you in there. You can have some of that. Right. I'll just put my gate stopper in position. That's got it. Even if Patrick pushes against that gate now, he's not going to push this thing out of the way. Ooh, no. Come on. I know you reach because you did it before. Sorted. That's it. We're about as ready as we can be for him now. This won't be a bad exercise for them anyway. It is soon enough before TB test for them to kind of not necessarily forget about it. Going through the race. They don't like going through the race. I don't blame them. It's just a kind of, we don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. But the vast majority of them aren't going to be molested at all. Some of them are going to get only a tiny little bit molested. It's basically just putting a new ear tag in an existing hole. So other than the nuisance, there's going to be no pain involved. It's only if I have to actually put a tag in an adult beast. If she's torn her ear, I can't put the tag back in the same place, then I have to punch a new hole. So yeah, and I think there is one. So there might be one who's not going to enjoy this very much, but nothing I can do about it. It has to be done. Oh well, part of me is actually relieved. They're all still down there. They haven't come up yet. They haven't spotted the bale. They haven't offered to come in. They're all down by the gate down there, willing it to open so they can go out on the fresh grass out there, which will make them crap everywhere. But it's 1:15. My dinner's got 4 minutes. The oven's gonna go ping. Chicken fricassee. Right, so this afternoon I've got a visitor coming up to see me from Cornwall. Well, not coming to see me, coming to see an acquaintance who's going to bring him to come and meet me because he wants to for some reason. And I've got 2 wasp nests to do today. So I will get some work done and I might even earn a quid as well. Ooh, dinner. It's like they know. They're all out there. It's like they know that I want them to come in here. And maybe it's because it's a part of the skid steer there, or I've moved the gates around. Maybe they've got to the end of the shed there and I've had a look down there and gone, yeah, do you know what? No, I'm not going in there. But of course now it started to rain. It's forecast rain this afternoon, which means I'm going to get a wet bum if I leave this out here, because obviously the seat's ripped a bit. I think I might put the skid steer inside, and then if they come in later on, maybe I'll do this later on. At the end of the day, there's a bale in there. If they come in tonight and I have to shut them in tonight and do the tags in the morning, it's not the end of the world. It's just, I wanted to do this job today. I set it to do this today. I don't know. Anyway, I got my visitor from Cornwall who's coming in 5-10 minutes. So I'll put this away, put the camera down, meet and greet this chap, whoever he is, and then go and do a couple of wasp nests. So, but then if it's piddling down rain, I can't do them either. I don't know.